All right, guys, two videos today. It's just like I said. Today, sorry, I'm not going to edit these. I'm not going to fix nothing. You're getting it raw and in the dirty. Um, Today, I already kind of talked a little bit about Darth Vader. Now, this video is going to be about who I think should play Freddy Kreuger moving forward in the series. Let's talk about the history of this. Um, Years ago, I do know Robert De Niro put his hand in to play the part. At first, I was like, nah, and keep in mind, this was over 10 years ago. It was probably 12, 14 years ago. And I was like, I don't know. And then when you see the Frankenstein movie that he's in, and then you see Cape Fear and some of these other movies, he's a high end actor. And I was like, that would probably be interesting to see him as Freddy. So I was okay with that idea. And then Billy Bob Thornton, it was rumored that he would be Freddy Krueger. And at first I was like, I don't know, but at the same time, he's another actor that has so much depth to him that I was okay with it. And then after watching The Watchmen, and we get Jackie Earle Haley in as Freddy Krueger, I was very excited. Now, I don't think I was excited overall as much as I had grown to love some of the other people that were talked about being Freddy Krueger. And then when that movie came out, I was very upset about that Freddy because he just had nothing to him. Freddy Krueger is very like vaudeville. He has a lot of animation, not only with his mouth but with his face and with his body. So when you see Freddy Krueger at Comic Cons or Robert England, he's still animated as Freddy Krueger. I think one of the things that you have to find with somebody is, I'm not saying go and get a clone of Robert England. I'm just saying find somebody with style and attitude, and that was something that Jackie Earle Haley has never had. Even in Watchmen, he had a CGI'd face. So that's why I think an actor like Robert De Niro or Billy Bob Thornton would have worked out, you know. So let's move forward. Those guys are older. Robert England comes out and says, "Hey, I'd like Kevin Bacon to be Freddy Krueger," and I'm like, that's interesting. I think that would be cool. Um, he's not done anything like Billy Bob or Robert De Niro, but it's cool. And then I'll think about it, and I'm like, well, Robert, you kind of wanted to get out of that role as you got older. You kind of complained about it, and then the next year you wanted to do another one, then complained about it. And hey, I love you. I want you to come back, even as old as you are right now, especially now that CGI could help you. Um, but it doesn't look like you're going to do that, and they're going to do that. Even if it is one final whatever, we're getting it with Halloween, but we can't get it with Freddy. Um, so lately, I was like, who are some actors that are on the younger side that could take a franchise and give us a couple of movies? Give us that thing that we are really desperately wanting out of a Freddy film. Well, the first guy that I thought of after watching the movie Split was James McAvoy. You see his intensity in that. He's also not a big guy. Freddy Krueger was never a towering individual. He's a old man, a little old man. Um, so I put him on that list, but he's still not my top pick. I also think when you have a villain, anytime you have a good villain, there is a form of sympathy. What I loved about the first two Nightmare on Elm Streets, which are my favorite, after that they all kind of I like them for their own reasons, but the first two are my official favorites because that's when it was Evil Freddy. Um, but in the first two, it was never said that he was the molester. It was never said that he did these things that he's accused of. There was a lot of mystery within Robert England's character. And then there was this play on, is it the parents doing it? So that makes the character interesting. You look at Jason Voorhees, he was a child. You look at Pinhead, he was a military vet. You look at my mind has skipped me. Michael Myers. You look at what he went through as a child. That there's always something with these villains that you have to sympathize with, and that was another issue with the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street was you could not sympathize with Jackie Earle Haley's character because they just came out and straight up and said, "Oh, he did this to his kids." So now you have a character you hate and can't wait for him to die. And not only on top of that is he is boring. Well, after watching um, I watch a lot of film. I watch a lot of movies, and I'm a big fan of that stuff, and that's what a lot of my stuff on my channel will be. It dawned on me. I found the perfect Freddy. Will he walk like Freddy? No. Does he have a unique walk? Yes. Is he intense? Can he be emotional? Can he bring something to the character? And is he young enough to do it? Does he have a look similar to Robert Englund? Guys, Shane from The Walking Dead, John Bernthal. I think that's how you say his name. This is who would be Freddy Kreuger. You look at that nose. Look at Robert Englund's nose. When he walks, notice how he's got this certain gait, the way he walks, the intensity, his voice when he gets really upset. And then you watch shows, I think he was on Wolf on Wall Street, where he was kind of a rough, tough comedian type guy. That's a character that can transcend, that can add to the flavor of Freddy Kreuger. And what I would like to see is I want the parents to be shrouded in mystery. Was it him? Is it revenge that he's coming back for? Or was it the parents? That's what I would like to see. And I would like to see the mystery go into 2 or 3 films as to was it Freddy or was it the parents? Is this something that is revenge that's bringing him back? How did he come back? The character, you're going into a dream world. In my opinion, the 2 franchises that should rule horror because of the areas you can go with it is Nightmare on Elm Street and Hellraiser. And those are 2 films that I think we've not even seen the best of yet. But we're losing the actors that can play them. Now, the Hellraiser, that's a different topic unto itself. So subscribe to the channel if you enjoy some of my views. Check out my Darth Vader video where I throw some ideas what would be I feel would be a cool movie for that. I even have an idea for a Friday the 13th film, but I'm going to save that for another day. And I think you guys are going to dig it. The idea is very, very cool. So subscribe to the channel, like the channel. I'm building a PC, been doing it for a while. I bought a truck, so I've been kind of putting some money into that instead of building this PC, but I put up content all the time. I used to do a lot more horror themed videos, but these live videos are so faster. They also get a little bit more views, so I just want to have discussion. I want to meet fans like yourself that found this video because you and I have a shared an interest in stuff like this. So let's talk about it. What do you like to see? Who do you think would be a good Freddy Kreuger? What do you think about John Bernthal? I think that's how you say his name. Go online, watch some of his acting. You know, if you don't like it now, go online.